Greetings from K.S.Rangasamy College of Technology, Department of Mechanical Engineering. I am Dr. A. Murugesan, Professor and Head, Department of Mechanical Engineering. Today we are going to discuss about the thermal turbo machines. Within the thermal turbo machine, the subtopic is concentrated about for compressors. So what is meant by compressor? There is basically two types of mechanical machines. One is known as a power developing machine. Another one is known as a power absorbing machine. Engine, turbine are the power developing machines. So the compressor is a power absorbing machines. Today we are discuss about only for power absorbing machine. Example is known as one of the example is known as a compressor. So it is come under the negative work. The purpose of the compressor is used to compresses the gases and the air. The compressors are widely used in the industries and other applications. So other applications includes the compressors used for the refrigeration and air conditioning system. Such a compressor is known as a hermetic sealed compressor. So in home we are used for the refrigerator, and in our home we are used for the air conditioner. Your car we are also used for the air conditioner. All the places we are used for the hermetic sealed compressors. Again we are go for the internal combustion engine. The supercharging purposes we are used for the compressor. Then hydraulic compressor and industrial applications we are using. Apart from this, pneumatic system like pneumatic brake, pneumatic drills, pneumatic jack, pneumatic lift, we are used for the compressor. Then we also go for the spray painting application, we are used for the compressor, and finally we are also used for the cleaning of the shop by using the compressors. How we are going to classify the compressor? The compressors are broadly classified into two types. One is known as a positive displacement compressor, another one is known as a dynamic compressor. The positive displacement compressor is further classified into reciprocating compressor and rotary compressor. The reciprocating compressor is further classified into single acting, double acting and diaphragm compressor. The rotary compressor is classified into lobe type compressor, liquid ring, screw type compressor and van type compressor. The dynamic compressors are classified into centrifugal and axial flow compressor. Now, what is meant by dynamic compressor? So, the dynamic compressor is a continuous flow compressor. It is characterized by rotating impeller to add velocity and thus pressure to the fluids. It is widely used in chemical and petroleum refinery industries, aircraft, turbo engines for specific services. Dynamic compressor is especially used for the aircraft application. There are the two types of dynamic compressor, that is known as a centrifugal and axial compressor. So related to the thermal turbo machine, we are more concentrate on centrifugal and axial flow compressors. So what is meant by centrifugal compressor? So to achieve compression by applying the internal forces to gases by means of rotating the impeller. In this multiple stage, each stage consists of an impeller as the rotating element and the stationary element, that is diffuser, that is having a two component. One is a fixed component, another one is a rotating component, or rotor or stator. The fluid flow enters the impeller axially, discharges radially. This is known as a axial flow compressor. The gas next flow through the circular chamber, that is diffuser, which loses its velocity and increases its pressure. Then axial flow compressor. The axial flow compressor means the working fluid principally flow parallel to the axis of rotation. So previous cases in centrifugal compressors, the flow will start from the impeller, enters impeller radially, enters the impeller axially and discharges radially for centrifugal compressor. But in axial flow compressor, the flow is parallel to the axis of rotation. Only thing is different from the rotation of the or movement of the air within the compressor. the energy level of air or gas flowing through it increased by the action of the rotor blades which extract the torque of the fluid. It has some benefit of high efficiency and a large mass flow rate. It requires several rows of aerofoil to achieve the large pressure rise, making them complex and expensive. Then rotary compressor. In rotary compressor, the gas is compressed by rotating the action of a roller inside the cylinder. The roller rotates off center around the shaft so that the part of the roller is always contact with the cylinder. The volume of the gas occupies is reduced and the refrigerant is compressed. The high efficient as sucking and compressing refrigerant occurs simultaneously. Then you go for respiratory compressor. The respiratory compressor not used in the aircraft application, but this compressor is used in the industrial purposes. It is one of the positive compressor. It is compression and expansion of the air only because of the movement of the piston and the cylinder. That is, piston is reciprocating inside the cylinder, cylinder is a fixed one and piston is a movable one. During the suction stroke, open the inlet valve, move the piston from top dead center to bottom dead center to creating the vacuum inside the cylinder. To compensating this vacuum, the fresh air can enter into the cylinder through inlet valve. During the compression stroke, both the inlet and exhaust valves are closed. Move the piston from bottom dead center to top dead center. At the end of the compression, high pressure air is delivered to the exhaust system of the reciprocating compressor. That is compressed by the piston driven in a reciprocating motion by a crankshaft, a discharge at a high pressure. This is a schematic diagram of the reciprocating air compressor at a single stage air compressors. Now this is a photograph view of the single stage reciprocating air compressor with the movable application. Now this is go for multi-stage. Multi-stage means the commonly one motor, one crankshaft, two connecting rod, two cylinder. This is known as a multi-stage compressor. It having the two types of end cylinder. One cylinder is from the low pressure, another cylinder is a high pressure cylinder. The geometry of the low pressure and high pressure cylinder we can identify very easily. The diameter of the cylinder is more comparable to low, that is a large diameter cylinder is known as a low pressure cylinder, and lower diameter cylinder is known as a high pressure cylinder. So in between the high pressure and low pressure cylinder we have a one system is known as a intercooler. So the main advantage of the multi-stage compressor is work done in the compression, the air reduces, the power can be saved. Prevent the mechanical problem as the air temperature is controlled. The suction and delivery valves remains in the clear condition of the temperature and vaporization of the lubricating oil is very less. This machine is smaller and a better balance. Effect from the moisture can be handled better by draining the each stages. These are all the very useful for the industrial application. Thank you very much. We will discuss in another video next time.